Hey guys, it's Rob here. I hate to have to make this video only now because had this location not gotten remodeled for another month, it would have been included in my three-stage miniseries. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, but that doesn't mean we can't talk about the location now. Today, we'll be discussing the latest three-stage location to have their stage removed, West Des Moines, Iowa. Thanks to Valkyrie Bra, or It's Not Valkyrie Bra, for requesting this video idea. As usual, I've gathered information from multiple different sources, which I'll be linking in the description. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, as in the next weekly video, I'll be ranking all existing and currently running Rockafire Explosion stages. Anyways, let's get into the history of Showbiz Pizza Place and Chuck E. Cheese in West Des Moines, Iowa. West Des Moines was originally inhabited by the Sac and Fox tribes, but on October 11th, 1845, a gunshot was fired by James Cunningham Jordan, declaring the land inhabitable for Anglo-European settlement. The town was a trading and shipping junction in its early years and became incorporated as a city on October 9th, 1893. As of the 2020 census, the population of the city is 68,723, making it the sixth most populous city in Iowa. The 1431 22nd Street location was the only location in West Des Moines, opening on October 13th, 1980 as the fifth Showbiz Pizza Place to ever open, which is very cool. As for the bots, they were actually the fourth set of Rockafire Explosion bots to be made ever, which is because the first location ever had the Wolfpack 5. This location had the very first variant of the Rockafire Explosion, the beta variant. This first version of the Rockafire Explosion had both cosmetic and even structural differences. Mechanically, the main difference is that the aluminum parts were all hollow as well as other differences. Take for example Looney Bird's mech, which has a more hollow lift mechanism compared to the later mech. There's also minor differences, such as different bolt placements. Cosmetically, there's a lot of differences, with the main difference, in my opinion, being that the characters looked more goofy and cartoony, which makes sense because the earlier show tapes were definitely more like that. We actually have a couple photos of these beta animatronics at West Des Moines, starting with this one. It's quite interesting seeing these characters, considering how they were only installed for around a year or so. Recently, I've actually subscribed to a newspaper resource so that I can find even more info on these locations, and boy did I score big with this one. I have what seems to be another picture of West Des Moines beta bots in early 1981 from this newspaper article. Apparently, this location had 64 games to play early on, which is interesting. There's not much to talk about beyond that, so let's move on. The Betabots would be sent back and destroyed for parts in 1981 and replaced with the later version of the Rockafire Explosion, installed in most locations. There's this photo that's also from this location, which shows off the Billy Bob walk around at this location. It seems to be Creative Engineering's walk around design, so this was likely used in the early to mid 80s at this location. In the late 80s, this location got the 1988 remodel, which added newer decor, such as these parody posters, added awnings above the counters, and also received the Showbiz Pizza Campground upgrade. Unfortunately, we don't have any photos or videos from this time. Beginning in 1989, due to a disagreement between Aaron Fechter and Showbiz Pizza Time Inc., concept unification occurred, in which every Showbiz Pizza place would convert the Rockafire Explosion ban into Munch's Make Believe ban. West Des Moines would be one of the vast majority of locations to undergo this change, receiving it in April of 1991. During this time, they also removed all Showbiz Pizza Place decor and replaced the exterior, likely to Chuck E. Cheese's Pizza. In September of 1996, this location was sold to corporate. In early 1997, this location received the major 90s remodel, changing the exterior to Chuck E. Cheese's and removing the Showbiz Pizza Place facade. Between 1997 and 1998, the original Beta Fats organ would catch on fire and was replaced with a Cyberamic Munch organ. Unfortunately, no photos or videos of this location have surfaced during this time. At some point in the 2000s, the wink would be removed, which is not something three-stage locations usually remove. Both Munch Jr. and Pizza Cam would also be removed in the 2000s. The building and moon would also be disabled at this time. We could see from these photos taken in 2007 what this location looked like during this time, albeit very blurry. We can also see this sign standing outside the location, which is cool. In 2008, this location received the 2005 update to the 2003 Kulchuk reconfiguration, removing all 90s decor for newer decor, removing showroom walls, removing the balcony, and removing the dim lighting. The exterior was left untouched, however. We also see the sign outside got updated to feature this Avenger check design that was similar to Kulchuk. I don't know why they went with this design. Maybe because the previous sign was Kulchuk? Still, it's interesting to see this design. A video exists of this location from April of 2009, which shows off some of the three stage. Honestly, the stage doesn't look in too good of shape here, though it could be worse, I guess. A video from the same channel in 2010 shows off the stage again, this time showing that they're in better condition now, and are actually in solid shape for a three stage. There's also this video from 2011 from the same channel showing the three stage off again, and again, their condition seems to be the same, if not better. Sometime in 2011, or afterward, this location updated the exterior, now looking at the same as their outdoor sign. Again, why they did this is beyond me, unless the shape of the sign is the same and they could just take off the art and add on this newer one. But even so, it seems like a minuscule cost cut, considering how the rest of the exterior was updated to Phase 4. Still, I like this unique design and am glad this it's unique in that way. Aside from game packages, the store didn't change for the rest of the decade. Around 2020, both the toddler zone and the sky tubes would be removed due to a certain pandemic. Unfortunately, this location would start its 2.0 remodel in July of 2023, and later that month, the three-stage animatronics were removed. The last video I could find of them before being removed shows their condition to actually be decent, being around the same condition overall as Billings. The stage would be replaced with a 2021 model dance floor and a video wall. It's honestly a shame because this location was one of the first Showbiz Pizza Place locations ever, and although their animatronics weren't the original ones, they were still the oldest surviving three-stage animatronics in a Chuck E. Cheese location, and seeing them being removed and destroyed is quite unfortunate. In conclusion, West Des Moines is an interesting location, being one of the first Showbiz Pizza Place locations to ever open and having the Beta Rockafire explosion. Even in 2023, it was the oldest operating three stage, which was pretty cool. It's also nice to see their condition be decent before they were removed. Honestly, I wish this stage had been saved simply because it was a decent one that was the oldest operating stage. Thank you guys for watching this video. This was definitely a shorter one than usual, but the location was still interesting to talk about, being the latest three stages of now to have been removed, and having some interesting aspects to it, being the oldest operating three stage in all. My next video will be ranking every operating Rockafire Explosion show, which I think you guys are going to like. If you want to see that, make sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell so you're notified when that comes out. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video.